Morning, y'all. It's 7 a.m. on the West Coast. We're up early. We're on the rooftop today. And I want to take a second to stress the importance of mental health. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Making sure your mind is right. Making sure that your inner you, the spiritual you, the you inside of your own vessel and in your soul is just as strong as your physical body, right? And what I mean by that is your ability to cope with stress, cope with the stresses of life, cope with the ups and downs of life, your ability to stay strong, and to win every battle in your mind, right? Every fight starts first in your brain. You need to be able to win all the battles in your head. If you lose first in your head, then you lost in real life. You know what I mean? And that's through everything. School, relationships, bills, work, and in the ring. So, as a part of my workout plan, as a part of my practice, taking time to meditate is just as important as running laps, hitting the bag, working on footwork, eating right. Honestly, more important. I'm about to meditate for about 15. Then I'm going to hop in the water, do some laps, again to test the mind. I'm going to hold my breath from one end of the pool to the other end and back. Maybe and back. And maybe and back. We'll see. But the point is, again, to test your mind. Your body wants to quit before your mind does. It's the strength of the mind that tells your body it can keep going. And the way I found this out was swimming underwater. You panic, you get nervous, you're not getting enough air in. Your body's like, I'm about to die, let's surface. But your brain has to be like, no, chill out. We're gonna be alright. I'm in charge here. And it's so important to train your mind to be strong so that it can tell your body what to do, because your body has a habit of telling you what to do. You gotta tell your body, you're not in control. Little nigga, shut up. Sit down. Telling me what's going on here. And so meditation, and then putting yourself through situations where your mind is tested is how you strengthen your mind. All right. Good morning, y'all. Let's get it. Why meditate? It's important to get into the practice of sitting still with your own thoughts, letting your thoughts flow through your mind, kind of like cars on a highway. We think about so many things all the time, right? And if you're somebody like me who's like really hard on themselves, your mistakes are just like, I don't know, they're like cobwebs. They're like, it's just crust in your mind. And you replay your past mistakes a lot. You replay your failings. You replay the words of other people. You replay the hate in your mind. And you just got to sit down and let it flow. Let it flow through. Let it go through you, right? The point is to let it go through. Don't attach to any thought, right? And the practice of doing that just makes your mind a healthier thing, a stronger thing, right? You're not so easily swayed by the world around you, people's words, people's comments, people's opinions, social media, the news, you know? You're more in tune with yourself. You have a better relationship with your own internal space and your own mind than the things that people say, than the narratives that people try to create, than the words of others, than the stresses of the world and the wars and the, you know what I mean? Like, none of that has to get inside of you because you spend so much time inside of you with yourself, You're not scared of your own dark thoughts. You're not scared of your own fears. You're not scared of, you know what I mean? All the things that people think about that they try to avoid with alcohol and drugs and partying and eating and, you know, the things that like make people depressed. You sit with your demons every morning and you listen to them speak and you ignore them. You ignore them. They're going to keep talking anyway, right? But it's also about sitting still. It's really hard to just sit still for a minute. 15 minutes is a difficult thing to do. So the more you practice, the more you learn how to be still. Being still comes in handy because when life gets crazy, sometimes it's being still. Just stop. Wait. Sit still. Think. Don't let the panic of others influence you. Right? And then you can make a better and more informed decision. Meditation is where enlightenment comes, right? All the answers to life, this may sound foolish, but I promise you it's not. Obviously, knowledge is power as well, obviously, right? Obviously, knowledge is power as well, but all the answers to your life comes from within you. It really does. You gotta, know that and know the way to get the answers out of your own spirit is to sit down and listen to your mind. If you just take a second to listen to your mind will tell you, right? It'll tell you what you need to do, where your own internal strategies come from. Like, that's how you strategize. You gotta sit and think. That's how you plan. That's how you recap events and go, maybe I could have done this a little bit better. That's how you grow in life, right? That's where self-growth comes from. When you reflect, when you're introspective, when you look, sometimes when you do look at your mistakes, not to dwell on it and to beat yourself up, but to look at your mistakes and go, I could have done that better. I should have done that better. I should have said this instead. I should have responded a little bit slower. I should have controlled my tone. I should have, anything and all things, right? Should have been quicker at this. I should have invested in those stocks. Dang it. You know what I mean? I really should have not had soda for 25 days straight. You know what I mean? You can just sit and think about stuff. And then your mind will do the thing that it does, where it solves the problem for you. Every problem can be solved as long as you take the time to solve it. So again, learning how to sit still, shut up, not doom scroll and brain rot, but to just be with your own mind. People are scared of their own minds. We got some dark stuff in here. We do. We all do. But to be able to sit with your own mind, right? Clear out the dark stuff, right? Get through the garden, rip out the weeds, and get to cultivating the garden of your mind, right? In a good environment, somewhere peaceful, right? No drugs involved, right? And start really planting the right seeds in the garden of your mind, hoeing that ground, watering that ground, and waiting for some good fruit. Just sit, relax, zen out, try to quiet your mind, and focus on breathing, one breath at a time. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow yourself to relax. You're safe here. You are safe inside of yourself. And there is no need to rush. Allow yourself to think about anything you want. Think about what you had for breakfast. Think about what you might have for lunch. Think about your favorite book or your dog. But the key is to not think about anything for too long. If thoughts were like cars on a highway, don't jump into any car. Just watch it pass by, just observe it pass by you, see it coming, wave at it, and then let it go about its merry way. Think of things that bring you into the present moment. Things like, where am I right now? What am I wearing? What am I feeling? What are the sensations around me? Am I cold? Am I hot? Try to feel the floor underneath you, or the bed, or chair, or whatever it is you're currently sitting on, or if you're laying down, or if you're standing. Just try to feel the surface that you're currently on. Take one moment to say some positive things to yourself about yourself. We call these affirmations. Tell yourself that you are kind, that you are smart, that you are great. Tell yourself that you are wise, that you are strong, that you are resilient. Tell yourself that you're lucky and you're fortunate and you're grateful. Tell yourself that you're light and that you're happy and that you're easygoing. Tell yourself that everything is going to be okay and all that you need is all that you have. And if at any moment you feel any discomfort, feel free to stretch, feel free to lean back, feel free to shake out that leg, or ignore it and see what happens. Just see. Be patient. Maybe the feeling will pass. The only way to find out is to observe. That is the practice of meditation, is to observe the mind and the body objectively, without any desire. And before you know it, the thing I love about meditating so much is I feel so relaxed afterwards. Just like being in that flow state, tapping into the source, receiving from the universe, and just thinking, but also not thinking, you know? It's like, it's more not thinking than thinking. And then obviously just being still. You first start doing it. I first started meditating some years ago, and it's so uncomfortable, especially with like the ADD brain that I have. You want to do stuff, you want to move. Your body starts cramping, you start losing circulation in some places, your back starts hurting. But then you just kind of ignore it. You ignore the pain. Like, it's a little chilly right now, I gotta be honest. Uncharacteristic for Los Angeles. But you ignore it. You ignore the cold. You can just ignore all the discomfort, and then you just find yourself. It feels like you just become one with nature. You know what I mean? Like, you see how like the plants are like undisturbed? Like, they're not bothered. Like, I can go and flick it. It's not going to change. It's not going to get up and be like, I hate it here, and walk away and storm off. It doesn't get emotional. It's in the same breeze that I'm in. It's alive. But it's the kind of life that is unbothered. And when you sit and meditate, especially for longer periods of time, you start to feel like that too. You start to feel like a rock, you know? It's like, I am unbothered, I am unmoved. Anyway, now I'm about to get into the water. One thing I've never done before, while my mind feels incredibly strong right now, I'm gonna try to get 4 touches underwater, non-stop. One side, touch. This counts as the first touch. Push off, get to the other, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, in one breath. The longest I've ever held my breath underwater was, I think, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This was back in college. So I know that it's possible. We'll just see if I panic, because it really is just panic that messes things up. Yeah. It's so scary. Such a scary thing. You know, something to work on. Everybody's always like, Nolan, how do you stay so young and fresh? This is how. Guess how old I am, yo? Wild guess. Your boy is 31. You're like, what? But you look 15. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to look 15. But I'm also not in a rush to look 40 either. So, you know, we gotta stay active. Alright, I'm gonna go hit the sauna now and do some stretching in the heat before I get my day started. I bet y'all are like, Nolan, I thought you said you were going pro. We want to see you get punched in the face. Not all this sitting down and swimming. There's a lot of things that have to happen before you get in the rink. Before anybody's ready to get in the rink, you gotta get a lot of things in order. You gotta get your house in order first before you let somebody shake it. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure everything is nailed down before you move to earthquake country. Part of that is this.
Small minds discuss other people, gossip. Good minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas.
The mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. Can you imagine dumping a barrel of trash into this mental factory every day and coming out with a rich, dynamic, positive life? It can't be done. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
This is something that I've actually relied on a little bit myself. Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win.
Another win. Day 2. No, not November. And we're going pro. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
You're so funny. You should start a YouTube channel.
You should have subscribed already. You know that.